the calls.
You'll eventually get the 20% back. That Silver Connect card is going to pay her co-payments. Remicade, I believe, is an injectable, and her hospitalization co-payments. And tell them to turn his Part B on. I felt this was a great subject for my listeners because this is a healthcare show. We don't sell anything over the airwaves. We just consult and give advice. So go ahead, take it away.
And thank you for having me. I appreciate it. I've done this before, but never in studio, so it's great to be.
Oh, yeah, and you got producer Nick making the YouTube video, producer Tom handling the board.
It's wonderful.
If anyone has any questions or concerns, the phone number, as always, is 203-757-1320. Feel free to call in. We take calls throughout the show. Okay, Lou, take it away.
You know, telemedicine has been around for a long, long time. It actually started back in the Korean War when doctors on the front line could call back to the doctor, or the soldiers on the front line could call back to a doctor back in the MASH unit, and they could share information, and they knew how to treat that patient.
Talk to Hawkeye or Pierce.
Exactly.
And get your diagnosis.
So it's evolved from that standpoint. But I guess the first thing I should say, it's not insurance. That's the first question we always get about telemedicine. It's really more about a wellness program. It's a supplemental program to insurance that consumers can access a doctor 24/7, 365 days a year, anywhere in the United States, and sometimes even internationally, who can coordinate their care through a diagnosis and prescribe over the phone. And that's really the uniqueness. Yep, you can get your prescription over the phone.
Okay.
And telemedicine has evolved in our program in particular. You can access these doctors via also computer, your tablet. We call it secured video, where you can talk with the doctor. And you know, when you use telemedicine, anytime whenever you use it, you tend to feel better sooner. And that's really the point behind telemedicine. Early intervention leads to healthier results, leads to more productive people.
Okay.
So, 73% of all illnesses can be handled via telemedicine. And 66% of all emergency room visits are for non-emergent care. As a matter of fact, I'm going to ask you a question. Do you know the number one reason why in the United States why a person goes to the emergency room? What would you guess?
Ignorance.
Well, that's certainly could
I'll
be
tell you what, the emergency room should be used for what the word is, emergencies.
Right.
It is not a doctor's office.
Then this will blow you away. The number one reason is ear infection. Number two is sinus infection. And number three is upper respiratory. All things that can be handled via telemedicine.
Well, with the upper respiratory, and this being a Good Time Oldies show, go into the emergency room. We don't need a heart attack. But if the ear or the other item, that would be smart.
Sure.
All right, so obviously I'm the host of the show. I have to look out for my people out there.
Right.
And first of all, from the bottom of my heart, God bless you. Thanks so much for listening to me. You know, I don't know how this is happening. I don't even know why people turn on that dial, but they do. So, looking out for you, I know you're going to say, what is this? Who are these doctors, and how safe is it to use?
Sure, and that's certainly a concern. Our doctors are Consulta Doctor Plus doctors, are all U.S.-based, U.S. board certified, U.S. trained. They have an average of 15 years experience in medicine. We get many of our doctors from hospitals. And some come from private practice, internists, and home practitioners. But we have thousands of these doctors around the country. We're in all 50 states.
Okay.
And our doctors, the important thing is, all our doctors carry the standard malpractice. We put a liability policy on top of them, so it's a very secured and safe operation. They're all HIPAA. We're totally HIPAA compliant, which is extremely important.
AMA board certified?
AMA board certified. And beyond that, they're even NCQA, which is a special
National Quality Control, of course.
Exactly. They're all NCQA qualified by us. So it's a very stringent process. And the doctor that you speak to, if you're calling in from Connecticut, you're going to get a Connecticut doctor. Why is that? Because only doctors in your state can prescribe, licensed doctors in your state. So you're going to be talking to a doctor in Connecticut who's going to spend about 14 minutes with you on the phone. The average time when you go into a doctor's office is around 5, so you really feel like you're getting some time here, who's going to ask you some questions and go through your illness, what you're feeling, and he'll be able to diagnose and prescribe at that time. So.
And with the 14-minute window, do you guys refer to them as units, like a physician or a dentist does? Like,
It's mostly just the amount of time that they spend with you and going through the protocols that they have to ask you the questions to begin to do evidence-based medicine to diagnose your issue.
How does this work? Let's walk my listeners through a scenario.
Sure. So it's a great question. It's a very simple process because we want people to use it. The way you drive down healthcare costs in the United States is for people to use something like telemedicine, which helps them avoid an office visit, an unnecessary urgent care visit, or an unnecessary emergency room visit.
Cut down on utilization.
Exactly. The minute you cut down on that type of utilization, which really draws from traditional insurance, and you start using our program, which takes away from a company or yourself using your traditional insurance, you begin to save money right away. You save money on your copays, you save money on your out-of-pocket, and so the process begins. So it's very easy. So you sign up with us.
Okay.
You give us some health information that we take. It's like an electronic clipboard. If you were going to start with a new doctor,
sure,
they always give you that clipboard. You're going to fill out the information with us, and once we have that information in place, then you call the doctor anytime, anywhere, for any reason, and the doctor will pull up that information. He'll begin to ask you some questions about your current condition, and he'll be pulling in about 2 years of your past prescriptions. We're a member of an organization called SureScripts, which is a national database where everybody's prescription is brought to. And the reason why is because you can appreciate that any pharmacy wants to know your drug interactions. If you're filling at XYZ pharmacy and you were ABC pharmacy before, it's a way for them to understand your drug interactions and to make sure you're not gaming the system. So our doctors have access to those prescriptions. So therefore, if you're calling with that same nasal drip that started on Saturday that turns into a sinus condition by Wednesday, that doctor will see the meds that you've taken in the past. And pretty much we work off of what you've done in the past, what's worked in the past, to make you feel better.
This is basically a consultation on the phone through, I'm not sure how many of my seniors have tablets or whatever it is, but is it a FaceTime or an Apple iPad or something with the physician, or is it just basically phone?
Sure. 90% of the time it's phone. That's what's easier for everybody, that they can talk to a doctor.
Not Skyping, not FaceTime.
But you can. You can Skype. Yep. It's called secured video.
I love that.
And you can talk to the doctor face to face. You can show him the rash that you have. He can see, kind of look at you by, judging you a little bit. So video is very, and that's going to be the wave of the future.
Hands down.
Absolutely. So, but for folks that are not computer friendly, they can certainly make a call, and the information that they give us when they register can also done by phone. So we make it very easy for seniors.
If you don't mind, do you have a little more time for us? This is a hot topic.
Sure.
All right, we're going to take a commercial break. Plug the sponsors. It's 1:23. Just as I told you, perfect time for the YouTube page to get a cut. And any people out there that have a question, just call in. We'll be back in a few minutes. Talk to you soon.